You can get any job you like. I've seen recently people asking how to get a job with the law of assumption, and most of the answers are completely ridiculous. It's like people aren't serious. It's like they've never actually got a job before, and they probably haven't, because most people who give advice on the law of assumption, or even the law of attraction, have never done anything in their lives, and they're just parroting theoretical bollocks. This one guy says, I have an entire process for this, and it always works for me. You're like, how many times are you going to get a job, mate? Just manifest a good one if you've got such a brilliant process. But he says, I wake up at 4:30 every morning. I journal and meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, you should be doing that anyway. What are you talking about? And of course, the person asking the question is getting really frustrated, saying, how am I supposed to get a job? You want me to just a bit of affirming and praying? That's not going to work. But what sort of advice are you expecting if you ask a law of assumption group with people who are not serious? So hilarity aside, here is how you assume a job with the law of assumption. The first thing you've got to understand is, in order to get anything out of life, you must 10x what you think you should do. Many years ago, I was job hunting at the same time as a friend of mine's wife. And after the first week of job hunting, I asked her how many jobs she had applied for. And she said 2. And I said, are you taking the piss? I've applied for like 30 jobs, and my jobs are like far more rare than the ones that you're going for. You're like crying when you come home from work every day. You're super stressed, and you've only applied for 2 jobs. You need to make your job getting a new job. So that's number 1. 10x everything you do and apply for loads of jobs. But be clear on the job you want. Make sure you are qualifying yourself for that job and go for it. Then become really awesome at interview. Then live in the state of the person who has the job you want. Sitting around twisting and moaning that you don't have the job you want is not what you would do had you the job you want. Outside of the work I do here, I'm also an author and I have a highly paid profession. But some years ago, I got sick of my highly paid profession, so I decided to become an art dealer. I wanted the snobbiest job I could find, and that was it. But I had no qualifications, no experience, and I didn't know anything about art. I only know about William Blake, and that was it. However, I decided I wanted the job, and I was going to manifest that job, because all it seemed to me was that what you do is you talk to rich people about art, and then you drink a lot of champagne. And this was confirmed to me when I eventually got an interview with an art publisher. It was the second biggest in the entire country. And their first question to me in a long stream of interviews was, why are you applying for this job when you are not experienced and you know nothing about art? However, I had 10x'd my preparation for the job. I have assumed amazing sales and influencing skills. I am brilliant at interviews. And I was approaching it from the state of the wish fulfilled. That is, someone who is already an art dealer. Someone who talks fancy and drinks lots of champagne. And yes, I got the job and I was an art dealer and I hated it. Which is ironic, but never mind. Although I could have loved it. I could have manifested loving it. I could have changed myself and the way I saw it. I could have loved it, but I did not. Approach everything you want to manifest with the most extreme gusto and fervent desire you can. Ignore anyone who tells you to detach. Go for it hell for leather. Do everything you can. Do not think that the law of assumption is some easy peasy workaround to get everything without doing any work. However, there is one thing that I can recommend. It's doing small things to improve yourself daily. This is a surefire way of mastering the law of assumption and getting whatever you want from life. Of course, I can help you with that. Go and get what you want.